Hello, Captains. Welcome back. It is time for more Let's Play Star Trek Online. This is the Doctor. This is our tactical character, Rami Summers, in an escort, the patrol escort, and we are in the Borg Advanced storyline. We are now at the last mission of that storyline. And so, let's get this started. This is called Fluid Dynamics. Enter fluidic space and remove the Borg presence there. Will this be enough to stop the Undine infiltrations? The data you recovered from the Borg cube indicates that the Borg have established a foothold in Undine space. The Undine seem to make very little distinction between alien races, so it's quite possible that the Borg presence in their home is causing their aggressive behavior. We cannot afford a full-out war with the Undine. Their biotechnology surpasses even our most advanced technology. Therefore, we have assembled an expedition to remove the Borg presence from fluidic space. We found a system where the fabric of the two dimensions are breaking down. This is our best shot at creating a stable quantum singularity. The expedition will include the USS Voyager, commanded by Admiral Tuvok. He has analyzed the data and you received from the Borg cube and is confident he can create an artificial singularity. Your orders are to cross into fluidic space with Voyager, locate the Borg, and remove them if possible. Avoid conflict with the Undine. They will have the advantage, and you'll end up in a fight you can't win. Travel to the Cuda system and rendezvous with Expedition Fleet. Our reward for this one is going to be an adaptive transphasic torpedo with Borg modifier and damage ×3, 15 Undine marks to get going on the reputation, and some dilithium, and a choice of an anti-proton weapon. Our first anti-proton weapon in the game, so that's interesting. We'll look at all that at the end of the mission here and see if it will benefit us. Let's go to the CUDA system. Okay, here we go. Approaching CUDA. Begin fluid dynamics.
Welcome to the CUDA system. I am Admiral Tuvok of the USS Voyager. I will provide tactical assistance on this mission.
Alright, it's a privilege, Admiral. I studied the exploits of Voyager at Starfleet Academy.
Thank you. Your meteoric rise through the ranks is well known to me as well. Sensors indicate the division between normal and fluidic space is thinner here, making crossing much easier. The Undine have used this location in the past. We will use it now. The majority of the fleet will remain here to protect this area. Our team will enter fluidic space, locate, and then survey the Borg presence there. If possible, we will destroy it. When you are ready, Voyager will open the singularity.
Okay, let's do this thing. Aha, is that the singularity? I guess so. Look at all these starships coming with us, though. This is quite nice. We even got exploration. Look at that. There's a Voyager up there, so tiny. Enter singularity. We just kind of phased in.
We have made a successful transition into fluidic space. Unlike our own, this dimension is filled with an organic fluid. The main indigenous life form is species 8472. Sensors are detecting a Borg signature nearby. Your vessel will take the lead in the investigation. We will follow.
I've always wondered about fluidic space. Is the entire universe filled with this fluid? I mean, we are technically flying through a fluid, but does that mean the entire universe is that fluid? Are we in what they would consider space in their environment? Do they have a ground? Do they have planets? Do they have things that grow on planets and then are like, ooh, I've always wanted to go into space? Are they just swimming around on their planet? Can they just swim from their planet up into space? Is it all liquid on their planet? Do they have to live in biodomes? I mean, you know, these are questions I want answered. Anyway. Okay. Acknowledge. We will find out what's going on here. Sir, we are being affected by a wave-like current, which is causing our ship to move involuntarily. I wish we had more time to study the phenomenon. Yeah, I mean, that would be great. Okay. It's like an ocean. It's like we're flying through an ocean. Are we in just one big planet in their universe? Or are we... I mean, for all we know, we're just inside a gigantic planet that's the size of like a solar system. For all we know. You know, we don't know. Maybe there is there an environment outside of fluidic? Outside of this space? So many questions. My mind can go crazy thinking about it all. A Borg device. Scans indicate that this is an interplexing beacon, sir. The Borg must not be able to transmit their subspace frequencies as easily through the organic fluid that comprises fluidic space. These relays are boosting the signal to allow communication with the collective in normal space. This means we should be able to follow these beacons to the Borg foothold here. Locate and scan the next one. You got it. Data acquired. There appear to be a total of 5 interplexing beacons in the sequence. This next one is just ahead. Okay, let's go. Admiral, this beacon appears to be picking up a subspace transmission from within fluidic space with a Starfleet signature. Recommend we investigate. It could be a ship in distress. Agreed. Set an intercept course.
We've been examining the data on the interplexing beacons, and we believe we may have discovered a vulnerability in the Borg subspace carrier wave technology. If it's acceptable to you, I would like the Venture to remain here and run some tests while you investigate the signal. We may not get another opportunity.
All right. Go have fun with that. Investigate a signal this way. From what I've heard, or gathered from this game, these land masses are supposed to technically be like planets, I guess, in their space. Life forms grow on them, but I guess they don't leave them. I don't know how it works. They're not very big.
This landmass is unique in fluidic space. It is not a planet by Starfleet definitions. If I had to categorize it, I would say it is similar to the coral reefs found in Earth's oceans. The ground itself is a framework for living creatures.
Right. See, that's what I figured. But then are those creatures in the same fluidic, let's not call it water, I guess fluidic stuff that we're in? Can they just swim from the surface right up into space? I don't know how it works.
Fascinating. We are detecting a number of ships in the area. Starfleet, Klingon Defense Force, Romulan Republic, even Ferengi and Cardassian. Most species from the Alpha and Beta quadrants appear to be represented.
Interesting. Curious. These ships have identical configurations to ships found in the Alpha and Beta quadrants, but they cannot have been constructed there. I'm detecting alloys that are not used in standard ship construction. The alloys correspond to technology found on Iconia and in recovered Iconian technology. But why would the Iconians make fake ships? Sir, I am detecting some kind of gateway opening and a huge fleet coming through. Iconian frauds. Sir, we're picking up an incoming distress call from the Venture.
Captain Simmons to Voyager. The Borg are here. We're taking heavy fire and need immediate assistance.
Set course to the Venture. Let's help them. So the Iconians are bringing Starfleet ships, or, well, Alpha Quadrant and Beta Quadrant ships, through to Undine space. The Undine are fighting them off and thinking that it's us. But it's not us, it's the Iconians tricking them for a devious purpose. Dr. Cooper was in the escape pod, Captain. He wants to speak to you from the transporter room.
I never should have come on this mission. I'm a scientist, not an explorer. Take me out of this awful place right now.
Calm down for a second and talk to me. What happened?
The Borg attacked and we had to abandon ship. We were floating here, waiting, and then Undine. They came out of nowhere, tore through us like tissue paper. We shouldn't have invaded their space. They're so strong. We're weak. Please take me out of here.
What about Captain Simmons? She's not in the escape pods.
I don't know. It all happened so fast. She insisted on being the last one to leave the ship. I don't even know if she made it out alive. Now, can we leave?
I'm sorry, Dr. Cooper, but we have a mission to complete. Locate and scan next interplexer. For all we know, we are just underneath the water, you know, of a huge, gigantic world. I don't know. A world the size of, like, a universe. Now, there's something to think about. Beacon scan. I keep wanting to say bacon. Bacon scan, sir. Coordinates of final beacon have been downloaded. This beacon is handling a significant amount of traffic. Locate and scan final interplexer. And I think we found the Borg. Because I'm seeing cubes. I'm seeing Borg technology all over the place. Sir, this is the final beacon. I have the coordinates of the Borg fleet. We're very close. Yeah, you think we're close? I see Borg everywhere. Engage the Borg fleet. Great. I don't know about this, folks.
The Borg presence is much larger than we anticipated. Nevertheless, our orders are to remove as much of it as possible. Voyager will follow your lead.
Great. We're going in. Yep, this is going to be a good test of our ship, all right.
Warning. Ship is under attack. Rear shield failing. 4 shields failing. Target shield has failed. Right shield failing. Left shield failing. Hull integrity below 75%.
Okay, actually not so bad so far. We are making progress. cube right in up above me.
Right shield failing. Left shield failing. Target shield has failed. Hull integrity below 75%.
Wow, okay, cool.
Hull integrity below 50%. Target shield has failed.
Wow, okay. Now we got the command diamond. We actually have made good progress. I didn't blow up once. I'm surprised, but I know this command diamond's going to be tough. This is like the queen or something here. This is going to be tough.
Warning. Ship is under attack. Core shield failing. Rear shield failing. Right shield failing. Left shield failing. Target's shield has failed.
Wow. That tells you how good my ship is. I came really close to dying there. I mean, within a couple of percent, a few percent of dying. But I still managed to pull through somehow. That was amazing. Absolutely amazing. That just shows how powerful this ship is, though, because took down that diamond, because that is really tough at this level of the game. With the level of stuff you have, that is a tough one. So wow, we did pretty good. This ship is actually not that bad, or at least it's currently not terrible. Could be better, could be worse. So we got the Undine coming in here, just totally blowing up one of these Borg ships. No problem. Wow. Okay, let's get out of here. We caused enough damage. You think the Undine would be happy with us helping them?
We need to report to Starfleet Command immediately. We thought that the Undine were responding to a Borg incursion into their space, but it now appears that the Iconians, or some entity posing as them, has created false Alpha and Beta Quadrant ships and sent them into fluidic space. Clearly, the Undine attacked us because they thought we attacked them first.
Yep.
There is some good news. The spread of the Borg nanovirus has halted, and thanks to the Doctor's research, we should be able to prevent future planets from being assimilated in this manner. The Borg will adapt in time, but we have also stopped them from transmitting the technique for Undine assimilation to the collective. It is possible they could learn how to do so again. We will need to remain vigilant.
And what about the Borg in fluidic space?
The Borg in fluidic space were forced to retreat, and logic suggests it will be quite some time before they trouble the Undine again. The end of the Borg attacks in their home might stop the Undine advance into our space. But if the Iconians continued to trick Species 8472 with false incursions, they could decide to invade ours in retaliation.
What happens now?
Voyager will take Dr. Cooper and the other survivors back to Earth. I suggest that we all confer with our fleet commanders to determine the next course of action. We have not seen the last of the Undine.
Until next time, Admiral. Accolade complete. The Borg advance. Let's depart system. And let's go over our rewards here. What do we got? Okay. We may not have been able to remove the Borg presence in fluidic space, but it looks like the Undine will. Hopefully this will end their regressiveness. However, I find your reports of false flagships in fluidic space troubling. If the Iconians are trying to trick the Undine into believing that we're invading their space, it could explain everything that's happened. Unfortunately, it only means that the Undine may be prompted into an invasion of their own. And if that happens, our entire dimension will be at risk. Alright, let's see what this adaptive transphasic torpedo is all about. We'll get that, the marks. Now, we have a choice of anti-proton weaponry. However, we have gone down the path of phasers. And I want to keep on the path of phasers because I'm going to continue to use this phaser quad cannon from that promotional ship we got. So that means we are locked into phaser-based energy type to boost our phaser technology or phaser energy damage. So anti-proton's not going to help us. But what I can do is take it and sell it for energy credits, I guess, or put it on the exchange or something, whichever is going to net me more energy credits. So let's get like dual anti-proton beam banks, because right now people are going with dual beam bank builds for a lot of escorts and a lot of DPS and damage right now. That is the thing right now. So let's take that, see if that's worth anything in the exchange. If not, I'll just sell it generally. Okay, now let's look at this torpedo we got here compared to our own torpedo, because we just have a Mark 10 quantum torpedo right now. Let's see what this thing is like. This is an adaptive transphasic torpedo, so it's transphasic type instead of quantum. It does kinetic damage with a 40% bonus shield penetration. It has 34 kinetic damage. However, look at what we're doing. We're doing 45-23 kinetic damage with the quantum torpedo. The transphasic one has 343 DPS, but look at our quantum torpedo. It's doing a lot more DPS, 565. Now this transphasic helps against the Borg. It has an additional kinetic damage against the Borg. But we're done with the Borg now. We're going to be moving on to the Breen. So, honestly, this torpedo is not going to benefit us. It just won't. We are doing more kinetic damage with the quantum torpedo, and we're doing more DPS with the quantum torpedo. So even though the adaptive transphasic is a Mark 12, and I have this Mark 10 quantum, this Mark 10 quantum is better than that Mark 12 adaptive transphasic torpedo. So I'm just going to pull that down here. I'll put it in the bank. We're not going to use it. There's no reason for it. It looks like the quantum torpedo I have is better. So I will continue to use that. Again, I will go to the exchange and see if I can sell this for a lot. If not, I'll just sell it to a general vendor, and I'll sell all my other stuff that I want to get rid of as well. Get some energy credits going, and then we'll get on to the next mission. Let's see what we have next. So we have finished, oops, that's the wrong thing. We have finished the Borg Advance. So fluid dynamics, that was it. That was all of the Borg missions they have, unfortunately. There used to be more in the past, but they have removed some. So now they have whittled it down to literally 4 Borg missions. Kind of pitiful, but it is what it is. But now we're going to move into a new storyline in the next video, and it's called the Breen Invasion. It's a series of 5 missions. This used to be a featured episode series, and then they put it into the game after it came out. So this is going to be quite fun, and I'm very interested in what the Breen space set will compare to the Jem'Hadar space set that I'm using, and which one will be better for my tactical character. Very interested in that. Anyway, the Breen invasion is very fun, so stay tuned and we will get that started in the next video. Thanks for watching, everybody.